That's about it. But, you know, there's a budget that's gonna have to be passed, and this budget, you know, these same six are gonna have to pass a budget. They're gonna have to come up with a budget that works. They have to have a balanced budget, and if there's a tax increase recommended, then they're gonna either have to cut something or recommend or vote for a tax increase to pay for all that.
Isn't there somebody above these six that can do that?
No.
Nobody.
They always
We've
have
tried.
more power than the president of the United States.
Before I toss the mic back out to the audience, with the redistricting that a certain action is trying to get to move through, is it possible that all seats would be up for re-election with a fall? Would that be a judgment by
the judge.
By the judge
By the
that's on the
judge.
case?
It might be, it's, you know, you have to be determined on how to deal with that, being in such a drastic change like that. I don't know how they would do it.
Meaning that there's action taking place right now to redistrict and realign properly and by law, realign how our board seats are occurring. For the past 40 years, we've not done that. We've given each member district that formed the ASD was given a vote, which is why we have this provincial little mindset of each board member taking care of their own. It's not been done how it's supposed to be done by law. And there's some people out there that are that are making statements that the group that is has this issue brought up before the judge, that this is trying to be unfair. It has nothing to do with being unfair. It has everything to do with being what's fair and what the law states.
Mm-hmm.
When is the judge hearing the case?
That would be probably, it was postponed for 30 days, so I believe it's gonna be sometime in May. But April 6th is the injunction hearing, which is very important.
Is there anything that the community needs to do to be involved with that, or?
Pray.
We have a question over here.
I just wondered, since everybody kind of looks after their own, and they're, spending this money to renovate Allerton, can you bring up that it would be nice for Katanning High School to have science labs at work, since they're tested now through the state?
It should be. Unfortunately, now we're in a position that I don't think Katanning's going to get anything for a while with the way things are structured.
Just to publicly address that there's concern out there that, we're spending a lot of money everywhere and the majority is not getting anything new for a long, long time. It bothers me.
No, I noted it. I'm going to
I
bring
have a
it up.
science teacher,
Yeah.
there in the family.
No, I noted it. I'll bring it up.
Okay,
It is
thank you.
concerning.
If education is supposed to be first, if there's not money out there for making these educational advancements, does that mean that the board could consider canceling all sports activities to save money to put towards education versus extracurricular?
That would be one, or charge a fee for sports to help offset it, but that's probably not likely. That'll be the last thing that's ever recommended. But you'll see some. You'll see. I guess first, the only thing that we would have to eliminate would be you'll see your music and arts eliminated first. Those types of things to save money. I'm not going to pick on them or try to cause a big explosion, but that's probably where the focus would be.
Education and arts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would say I would believe that. I would believe it.
It's a reality, it's a shame.
Does anybody else have a question?
Before we do, even if there is another question, I just wanted to thank everybody for coming and continue coming to the board meetings. It does make a difference. It does make a big difference for the three of us. We basically You know, when we were the majority, we sat through with very little. It seemed to be visual support at the meetings, and then we took it all. We listened to everybody's comments and all the emails, and but now it is helpful that you people come and support us and be there. It is a help because it lets you know that there's people out there that we're doing what they want us to do, and not that you didn't before, but now we see it, and it makes you feel good.
Question?
As far as attending board meetings,
Wait.
Are board meetings always as nasty as it seems to read about in the paper, people calling people out?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
She said, you know, did we ever hear her question back there?
He couldn't hear.
She asked why were all the board meetings always as nasty as what they are. Yeah, they seem to get that way. I guess part of it's the format of the meeting that where not everybody's given adequate time to speak, or they think they are, and then because you can't go back and forth. We see it happen all the time with one board member that talks after everybody else is done talking, and after a while, you can't get to say what you want to say, so you almost have to just say it, and then it gets back and forth and then an argument, and because it turns into sometimes vicious communications that try to get a point across, because some of the things that are said are they're just so outlandish that you can't sit there and continue to keep listening to it over and over. Or somebody asks a question, numerous times and doesn't get the answer that they want, so they keep on asking it a couple more times. It's there's a lot of stuff, and to you with being a board member, there's a lot of things that just aren't that hard to understand. But you would get the impression that, boy, I'm not understanding this. It seems easy, but I can get it, and I didn't have to ask that many questions. But it's all a delusion, to create a delusion, and you just become numb after a while to it, and you're like, so I guess, I don't know where the meetings would be if they didn't get into those arguments sometimes, but yeah, I'd like to see them nice, but that's when everybody's working in the same direction, for something. You might have some opposition from time to time, but it doesn't really have to be, the way that it gets that days.
I think whoever is running a meeting, in my experience, sets the tone of the meeting. And they
Totally
cut
agree.
short, laughing on
Right.
It's the board president's job to run and operate a meeting in a professional manner, and it just gets out of hand, and there's very quickly, like I said earlier, I'm passionate. When I attend, I have a tendency to shout out. Not really permissible, so I've been scolded. It would be good for the board president to start the meetings, and Chris actually did at an Elderton meeting a few weeks back, start the meeting by reminding everyone how a board meeting is to be conducted, and it still gets out of hand. It depends on which side of that fence that you're on. Easy to scold me, not so easy to scold somebody sitting to your right.
We have another question over here.
It's more of a comment, I guess. I'm kind of new to the process. I've only been to a couple of board meetings, and I can honestly say that it's really sad to watch the board operate or not operate, whichever the case may be. But I think if every voter in this district would go to one meeting and watch that circus, things would be different come election time. I think the problem is there's too many people that just read about it in the paper and assume it's same old, and there's nothing we can do about it. I was flabbergasted. I could not believe the ineptitude that I saw after just one meeting. And so I guess what I'm saying is take your neighbors with you and open some eyes